Hey everyone, today I'm going to share with you about timelines, how timelines work, what they are, and how you can navigate yourself to your most harmonious timeline and better yourself, constantly aligning with the best timelines that you can possibly access. Okay, these are really cool stuff and this is so much fun, right? So timelines, the way you see timelines is your choices. Okay, the choices that you make determines which timeline you end up in. Right now, the way timelines work is there are innumerable way to go about your life. Okay, as if like there are infinite gateways from this now moment to the next moment, right? And to the next moment, to the next moment, and the next moment, and you end up in a certain experience of life, which is what we call the timeline, right? Now, the doorways you choose to your, to your future experiences in a sense, depends on the choices that you're making every single moment, because every single moment you have a choice to make, and the choice is a vibrational one, right? Because every timeline is a vibrational one. Okay, it has a certain vibrational state, right? And it's the analogy of the television or the radio is the easiest way to give the understanding of the timeline. Let's say, in a radio or television you tune into different channels, right? And every channel has a certain frequency. In radio you have frequencies, right? Now the frequencies that you choose, you tune your radio into, it accesses that bandwidth of transmission and it accesses that experience, and the experience downloads and you receive it through your television, through your radio, right? It's the same. In reality you have infinite arrangements of experience that is accessible to you, right? This is really deep stuff. I'm trying to simplify as much as I can, right? Like for example, in the screen, the monitor in which you are watching me, it will arrange itself differently every time you watch something different, but it's essentially the same pixels. They don't change. The pixels don't change. The pixels arrange themselves differently, creates a different experience. Similarly, reality experience will arrange itself into infinite arrangements depending upon your state of being, the vibrational state of being that you are choosing every single moment. Yes, and if you choose to stay in a certain state of being, you allow a certain timeline to become accessible in your experience. That is what happens. Okay, so you probably have had experience where you noticed that there were periods in your life where you had a very unlucky strain. Okay, an unlucky series of events maybe happened where you could not grasp why one thing after the other kept falling apart. Maybe you had a relationship breakup, followed by you going broke, followed by you having really bad health, followed by having an existential depression and crisis, followed by mental health breakdown, followed by everything just going batcrap crazy. And you thought like, why on earth is this happening all at the same time to me, right? And the way it happens, it's because it's not an accident. Nothing is an accident. What is happening is you have allowed yourself to enter a certain timeline which is based on the vibrational state of being you're carrying. So if your state of being is a low one, which is a one of desperation, which is one of unhappiness, which is one of, let's say, not having access to the abundant reality which is right before yourself, then your reality will shape shift itself to reflect the state of being you're carrying, giving you an access to a timeline which will carry events of the same vibrational state, and they'll come one after the other, confirming that reality is reflecting who you are, the law of reflection, right? And that is how timelines work. Timelines, you cannot force yourself to enter a timeline. You cannot force yourself to exit a timeline, because you need not force. You see, it's your state of being. Your state of being determines the timelines becomes, which timelines become accessible to you. So you've also had, I am hoping that you've also had experiences where you found yourself in a lucky strain, maybe, that series after series of events happened where, things just worked out amazingly. Maybe you were having a really good time, and suddenly other good things kept falling one after the other, and they kept happening, and you felt like, wow, you have entered a really good time in your life, and you still don't understand how it's happening, because you are not doing anything. It's just happening. Why? It's not an accident. You have entered a more harmonious timeline because you are somehow choosing to stay in a high vibrational state of being, and the events that happen reinforces that state of being, and you are not in a state of resistance, and you are allowing yourself to be more in a high vibrational state of being, and more events reflect back, and it's like a loop, and it's happening, and it's rising, and better timelines become accessible. And this is how it works. Okay, there are infinite timelines, from very low to very high, to very broad to very narrow, and everything is there. Now, you don't have to think about them, figure out them, how they work. All of that is not needed. All you have to understand that when you enter a timeline, what happens is you enter a series of events which will reflect your vibrational state that you're carrying. Rather, the vibrational state that you're carrying will help you enter a particular timeline, and it is that same vibrational state that will help you navigate from one timeline to another timeline. It could be a bad, worse timeline or a better timeline. All you have to do is ensure that whatever your experience is, that does not determine your vibrational state of being. Because if it does, if your vibrational state of being is dependent upon, which is not how it is, we choose to be this way, okay, it's a choice, it's a free will, that if you are in a situation where you find that whatever happens in your experience colors your state of being, it affects your state of being. So if you find yourself in a place where you are saying that my current timeline is affecting my state of being and I cannot do nothing about it, then you will be stuck in that timeline forever, okay, because you are choosing it, okay, it's your choice, your responsibility, okay. But this is how it changes. If you decide that I am going to receive the feedback, if it's making me feel a certain way, let's say you are not stuck, if you're stuck in a certain timeline which you are not enjoying, series of events are happening which are below par to your expectations, right? It's not fantastic experience. As your day goes through one event after the other which feels like right, and you are like, I want to have better, I want to have a life where I wake up and one after the other amazing experiences happen, and then it's a really satisfying day, and then I go to sleep, and I am like really content and really happy and looking forward to the next day for more amazing expansive things to be happening in my life. I want such a timeline. Yeah, is that available? Because I'm not experiencing it. So how do I make that available for me, right? The way you do it is not focusing on what's going on in your life. If your current life feels like below par, then if you keep focusing on it, keep putting your attention on it, keep thinking about it and how bad it is, how boring it is, how overwhelming it is, what happens is you allow the current timeline to affect your state of being. It colors your state of being. Your state of being stays in that same vibrational range, and you stay in the same timeline. What you have to do is take your attention away and visualize, or do anything, listen to a song, anything that you enjoy will raise your vibration, okay? Simple way is ask yourself, what do I not like about this particular timeline, my experience? Okay, these are the things I don't like. What would I like? Just like I've mentioned, the things that I would like, having a more exciting life, having a more purpose-filled life, having a more joy-filled life, where there's a lot of inspiration, where there's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of support, there's a lot of, abundance, comfort, relaxation, happiness, connection. And as you're saying this, you are already coloring your state of being. It's already rising. So you see, the moment you start putting your attention to what you want, your state of being changes. Now, you can use a visualization technique for 5 minutes a day. Start visualizing the life that you want to live. Okay? Not with an intention that, the way you see it, exactly that way it has to happen. If you try to force yourself into a situation, your state of being will be contracted, and that's not the best state of being to attract the best timeline, right? The way you do it is just start enjoying that visualization meditation. Okay, so for 5 minutes, start thinking and creating in your mind all the things that you like, and start feeling it like that you are seeing a preview of a timeline that you want to exist in. You are God. You create that timeline. You choose all the things that you want to bring in that timeline. Everything is allowed. Okay, it's your painting. As you do it, as you stay there for 5 minutes every day in the morning, if you wanted to do in the evening, if you want to do more, but point is you got to enjoy it. Okay, you do it, the more you focus on it, your attention will shift from the current timeline experience to the new experience, and your state of being will get colored. Your state of being will rise in vibration. What you are doing is essential. You are not trying to download the timeline into existence. You do not get fixated that, oh my God, I'm thinking this, so this will come into my experience. This is not how it is. Okay, yes, a better timeline will come into your experience. Okay, but the way it's gonna happen is because you're visualizing, your state of being rises. Your vibrational state of being rises in frequency, and that is how this timeline will fade out of your experience and a different timeline will fall into place. That is how it happens. Now, how does it happen? The way it happens is when you rise in vibration, you have access to choices that you could not even see in a low vibrational place. Those choices are gateways to different timelines. Okay, they will not be even accessible to you. You will have access to thoughts, ideas, imaginations, wisdom, downloads, support, all of those things that exist right at this very moment for you to access. You cannot see it because you are in a certain vibrational state of being, and those things are at a certain vibrational state, so they are like above the cloud in a sense, and that is why we cannot access it when we are in a certain vibrational state. So when we rise in vibration by using this techniques like the visualization meditation that I just shared with you, if you just do it for 5 minutes a day for 30 days, you'll start seeing something amazing happening. That is, you will be seeing that your vibration rises, and the same experience, although they happen, you will find yourself, because you are feeling good, because you are feeling better, suddenly you have access to inspirations and ideas and thoughts and decisions and things that you can do that you would not previously resonate with or would have clarity about. Now that you have both resonance and clarity about, and you would find much easier to go there, much more practical to make those choices, much more clarity to make those decisions. As you do them, as you enact on them, you slowly shift out of that timeline into a better place. It's a smooth journey. You do not have to force yourself out of a timeline, because anyways you can't, because you don't need to. All you have to do is make this internal change in your state of being. Raise your vibration. That's it. That's all you got to do. You will have access to all the high vibrational timeline that you want to access by raising your vibration. That is your only job. That is your only work. Enjoy yourself. That's how you raise your vibration. All the things that you enjoy, do them. That's how you raise your vibration. Those things matter. I recently made a video on it. Watch that video. Why what you enjoy matters. Okay? And yeah, this is what I wanted to share with you about timelines, right? Now, as I always say, I'm a teacher of wizard consciousness. I teach students, I do live sessions, I have a Facebook group you can join, it's in the description of the video. And if you want to work with me, if you want to know about what wizard consciousness is, how you can live a magical life by taking direct control of your state of being, how to raise your vibration directly, how to use the law of reflection and the law of creation to manifest in what you desire, the desired experiences in your life immediately, instantly, in no time. That is how it works. I made a video on it, watch that. And if you want to know how all this happens, and if you want to work with me and learn about wizard consciousness directly from me, then send me a mail. My mail ID will be in the description of the video. Or if you're watching this in Facebook, send me a direct message. I'll have a conversation with you. I'll get to know where you're at, and if I feel that you are ready for this journey to receive this, information on wizard consciousness, and if you're ready for arriving at this place of consciousness, then I might give you a free 1-hour coaching session, spiritual integration session basically, right, which is super fun. What some of the testimonials of the people who are receiving these sessions, amazing experiences, right? And yeah, have fun applying what I have given to you and see your life change before your eyes. It'll be fantastic. Subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, share with your friends, and I'll see you again soon. Have fun.